Part 1. Midnight Encounter. So guys, imagine this. It's midnight. You're walking alone down a deserted street near a crematorium. There's no one around, only the sound of your own footsteps echoing through the silence. Suddenly, a woman appears in your path. She doesn't greet you, doesn't ask for help, just one chilling question. Do you think I'm beautiful? Of course, you don't know her, so you might awkwardly say yes, or simply ignore her and walk away. But what if I told you that either response could lead to something terrifying, something you'll deeply regret? Now you're probably wondering, if you can't say yes, and ignoring her is also dangerous, then what are you supposed to do? That's the exact mystery we'll uncover in this story. Because the woman I'm talking about is one of Japan's most feared and dangerous paranormal entities. So infamous that most Japanese people avoid even speaking her name, afraid it might summon her. And that name is Kuchisake-onna. Part 2. The Indian Connection. Legend says once Kuchisake-onna targets you, it's nearly impossible to escape. And yes, while this ghostly legend belongs to Japan, its origins, at least in this story, are tied to India. Meet Madhu, an Indian woman, and her 14-year-old son Vivek. Recently, Madhu was transferred to Japan by her company for a 5-month assignment, and she took Vivek with her. Since her husband had passed away just months earlier, she had no option but to accept the offer for financial reasons. In Japan, their life settled into a routine. Madhu worked long hours and Vivek went to nearby coaching classes. However, sometimes the coaching ran late into the night, and Japanese schools often allow students to stay overnight. Madhu began to feel the burden of balancing work and picking Vivek up late every night. One day, overwhelmed with office work, she told Vivek to come home with a friend instead. She wouldn't be able to pick him up. Part 3. First encounter. Vivek understood and agreed. That evening, while riding the last bus to his class, the driver warned him, "This is the last bus tonight. Don't return alone. Come back with someone." Vivek promised he would, but when he arrived at class, the friend who was supposed to walk him home didn't show up. By the time class ended, the streets were empty, and his classmates had all gone home. Left with no choice, Vivek started walking home alone. The streets were eerily silent, the shops all shut. He tried to convince himself that the road wasn't as scary as he imagined, until a voice called his name. He froze. There was no one around. When he turned, he saw a woman standing a few feet away in a red coat and a surgical mask. She stepped closer and asked in a soft, chilling voice, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" Unnerved, Vivek hesitated, but then nodded and said yes. The woman smiled beneath her mask. Slowly, she removed it. Her long hair blew away in the wind, revealing a grotesquely disfigured face, her mouth slit from ear to ear as if cut with a blade. Before he could react, she pulled him closer and whispered again, "Do you still think I'm beautiful?" Just then, the headlights of a car blinded her. Vivek fell to the ground and the woman vanished. The car stopped and out came Madhu, his mother, who ran to him and shouted 3 strange words. "Pomed! Pomed! Pomed!" Upon hearing this, the woman clutched her nose and fled. Part 4. The Truth Behind the Curse. Madhu took her terrified son home. As Vivek slowly regained composure, he asked her how she knew what to do and who that woman was. She gave him a glass of water and said, "Let me tell you a story." Madhu explained that over 200 years ago, there was a woman named Kuchisake-onna, known for her stunning beauty. She married a samurai, and for a while, they were happy. But when he went to war and didn't return for years, Kuchisake-onna found comfort in another man. When the samurai finally returned and discovered her betrayal, he was enraged. He sliced her face open with his sword and before she died asked, "Do you still think you're beautiful?" Since then, her ghost is said to haunt dark streets of Japan, especially targeting children walking alone at night. In the 1970s, panic swept Japan as children began disappearing. Parents refused to let them go out, and the legend of Kuchisake-onna became a nationwide terror. Madhu told Vivek that when they first arrived in Japan, a colleague had warned her about Kuchisake-onna and told her a secret. If she ever appeared, you must say the word pomade 3 times. It was an old hair product with a smell Kuchisake-onna hated. The word acts like a repellent, but only once. If you see her again, no word, no trick can save you. Part 5. The final warning. That's why Madhu insisted on picking Vivek up every night. That's why she requested to leave Japan immediately after the encounter. Because once Kuchisake-onna has seen you, she never forgets. She always comes back. So remember, urban legends aren't always just stories. Every city, every street, every country has its own hidden darkness. And if you ever find yourself walking alone late at night and someone asks, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" you'd better be prepared. Because it might not be just a question, it might be your last.